After I made the clone war about Blue De Chanel almost in 2025, it's been months, right? There has been a couple of requests for the part 2 of Blue De Chanel clones out there because many of the newer clones have released in the market, or you can say alternatives, and people wanted to know if I had to recommend something in 2026 for the DNA of Blue De Chanel, which one will I do and why? That is the reason what I did was I tested bunch of Blue De Chanel clones out there, and out of them I have only picked a few that I wanted to talk about, and I also wanted to keep one that I will absolutely skip no matter what because of the gimmicky marketing, you can say. So if in case you wanted to purchase an alternative or a clone to Blue De Chanel out there and you wanted my opinion and my ranking regarding the perfumes that I'm talking today, I think this video is going to be super helpful for you. By the way, before I move forward, thank you so much, because in my previous video, I did ask if in case you're enjoying the contents, do hit the subscribe button and everything. And the response have been, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. But having said that, I really still want to get feedbacks, how I can get better into the content creation game, how I can deliver the best contents to you. Up until you are satisfied, do not hit the subscribe button. But if in case there is anything that I can do to achieve that subscription from you, please, I'm all yours. I'm actually listening. So go into the comment section and give your feedbacks. Now, let me get started with the perfume list and quickly move from one to the other. And every time I talk about the perfumes, I'm going to discuss everything as to why I like it or why I hate it, what is the performance, pricing and everything, okay? So the first perfume that I will not recommend if in case you're looking for the Blue De Chanel alternative, be it Parfum, be it EDP, be it EDT, anything, is this one. This is Celestial Perfume's version of Blue De Chanel. And I got a bunch of requests like try Celestial Perfumes, and that is the reason I purchased. There was some buy 2 get 2 free offer or something. So for around 16 or 1700 rupees, I basically got 4 perfumes and this is one of them. Because I wanted to do, a clone war or anything. But why I'm not doing a clone war, I will also tell you that, okay? So this is the Blue De Chanel. They have not mentioned in the bottle if this is a Blue De Chanel Parfum, EDP, EDT, Le Exclusif, whatever that is. They have not mentioned in the bottle, but when I checked the image that they have put up into the website, it's basically showing an image of EDP. But this perfume is neither EDP, neither Parfum, neither EDT, nothing. It's a typical DNA which kind of mimics the Blue De Chanel to some extent, but then again, it's not very close to the DNA. 50-60% you can say, and for that particular pricing, I am pretty much disappointed, okay? Because the quality is also not something that I will, be blown away by. The performance on this one was also not that great. Half an hour to 40 minutes, it was kind of there, and around 3 to 4 hour mark, it kind of faded away. I don't know. I have let this perfume settle for almost 2 weeks, after which I have tried it again. It never worked. And if somebody is looking at 450 to 550 rupees for a Blue De Chanel clone out there, maybe you can think about it. But then again, I would say pay a bit more and just, upgrade. Okay. This is something that I cannot recommend. I'm sorry. So that's Celestial Perfume's Blue De Chanel. I'm sorry, but that is what I personally feel with this perfume. Now, the real deal as to which one I actually recommend and why, I'm going to start now. So the first perfume that I can actually recommend is Infinite, coming from the house of Menworks. Okay, this sells for around 900 rupees for a 50 ml. And if in case you want to get a Blue De Chanel clone and you're not really sure as to which one you should get, the EDP, the Parfum or anything, start over here, because this kind of sits right between EDP and Parfum. If in case you don't know what is the difference between Blue De Chanel Parfum and Blue De Chanel EDP, the only difference is EDP has got a creamy sandalwood with some incenses at the base, and it has got a very zingy opening at the top because of the ginger and grapefruit combination. It's very blue, it's very fresh, and that sandalwood layer at the base, it's exquisite. It's really good. What Parfum adds into the mix is it makes it a bit more darker. That incense note has been moved away with cedarwood, and that adds a bit of depth and character and a bit more darker nature to the perfume. So if in case you can imagine like Blue De Chanel EDP as royal blue, you can consider 2 notch darker for the Parfum. And it kind of sits right in between 2 of those colors. Okay, if in case we are representing them in colors, one will be a lighter shade of blue, one will be a darker shade of blue, and this will be a mix between the light and the dark shade of the blue. Okay, but something that I do need to highlight is Menworks has got the balls of steel. This is, something that I am telling as a praise, because in 2025 and 2026, Which brand is out there saying that our perfume does not perform the way you might expect it to be? In their own website, they have mentioned that they have created the perfume just because of the scent profile and not for the performance or the projection. And they have done it deliberately. And they are claiming like for 5 to 5.5 hours, this will maximum project or rather perform. And the overall projection that this is going to give is around an hour. So that honest marketing says a lot about the brand Menworks, and that is something that I truly appreciate over here. Very few brands are doing that, and I'm happy that Menworks is sticking to honest marketing and not going with some gimmicky things out like 12 hours, 10 hours or something like that. That's the good part. Now, this particular performance issue, okay, I'm calling it as an issue, can be a boon or a bane depending on who you are and how you use this particular perfume. If in case you want to announce yourself when you're entering a room, then this perfume is not for you. But if in case you are somebody who doesn't want to shout out but wants to whisper, somebody who wants the perfume to be intimate and only something that the person wants the other person sitting in proximity will be only able to or enjoy the perfume and wants things to be subtle. For that subtle personality out there, Infinite works really well because it will not radiate or it will not announce, but it will kind of whisper that it's there. Something that is very, very, very soothing. But yeah, there's one thing that I also need to mention with the Infinite. When I initially received the perfume, I was kind of disappointed because I felt that there are some rough edges in the perfume, okay, the moment I spread it. But after waiting for almost 2 weeks and then trying it out, I was completely blown away by how good the quality of this perfume was. So that's a starting point, a good starting point if in case you are going for the Blue De Chanel route and something in between EDP and Parfum. Infinite from Menworks, okay? By the way, these are the OGs. I have got samples and decants. This one is Parfum, this one is EDP, and this one is Le Exclusif or L'Exclusive from Blue De Chanel. I have one from the L'Exclusive line that I will talk about in a minute, okay? Now, coming to the second perfume, and this is the dark horse or the hidden gem or something that has not been talked about much. And I'm going to introduce this brand, although I have this with me for almost more than 4 months now. 4 months or 3 months, I guess. 3 to 4 months easily. Because what I got was an article which Rizwan shared with me. It was in Times of India, I guess, where Rizwan's brand, basically Fusion by Rizwan, was listed as one of the brands, like an upcoming Indian perfume brand coming up. And there were total 3 brands mentioned. Out of them, Rizwan's brand was one of them. Fusion by Rizwan, okay? But the second brand that was over there was called Olfrah, okay? O-L-F-R-A-H, Olfrah. And they are a brand who's from Kolkata, West Bengal. I am from Shiliguri. So when I saw a perfume brand from Bengal, I was kind of very excited and I checked the website out and I was pretty much amazed by what they were doing because very few perfumes, houses I've seen are GMP certified. And this particular brand was GMP certified and that got my notice. Okay, GMP certified, that's something new. And then I saw that they are using vegetable alcohol in their perfume. As per the website. So I got intrigued. I did some search. I mailed them. I spoke to them. I even ordered from them. I ordered like 3 perfumes from them. This was Midnight Blue, which they are claiming to be not direct clone or rather inspiration into the DNA of Blue De Chanel. And I'll tell you what are the differences over here and something which compelled me to like this perfume, okay? So the point was, they are using vegetable alcohol. Now, if in case you don't know what vegetable alcohol is, it's mainly made from sugarcane, wheat or something like that. And instead of denatured alcohol, they are using vegetable alcohol because that's more skin friendly. It doesn't cause much irritation and it's a safer option compared to denatured alcohol. Does that mean denatured alcohol is bad for your skin? Absolutely not. But this is a safer option. And the GMP certified on top of it is the icing on the cake. For $9.99, they are selling a 50 ml bottle. The bottle presentation is okay-ish. I won't say this is something that, not like that. And the atomizer also good. Okay, nothing to worry about. But the blend quality over here is really, 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 really good. Very good. To be honest, it's very smooth. There is no alcoholic blast over here. The only thing that is concerning, in terms of the way whether you will like it or not, is the fact that this is not a Blue De Chanel right away. Rather, it's a twist on the DNA of Blue De Chanel because that alcohol that I talked about introduces a subtle sweetness into the perfume itself. And that is the reason it kind of changes the entire, scent profile in some ways, where there is a hint of sweetness that gets added to the DNA of Bleu de Chanel. Over here, it's mostly EDP, which has got the sandalwoody nature to it at the base. This kind of captures that as well. But here, a hint of sweetness is added into the mix, which I kind of enjoy when I'm applying it into the evening. Summer, winter, doesn't matter. In the evening, I think this particular DNA shines the most for me. And this is something that Chandrima likes on me when I'm applying it in the evening. So what I don't apply it in the summers during the daytime because I feel that these are better DNA to apply in the daytime. But in the evening, this is something that I really enjoyed. The only caveat is if in case you don't like that sweetness or hint of sweetness in a blue perfume, you might not like this. But if in case you're okay with that hint of sweetness into the entire Bleu de Chanel DNA, I'm pretty sure that you will love this perfume. In terms of the performance and projection, this is also pretty great. Around 1 to 1 hour 15 minutes of good projection, followed by 5.5 to 6.5 hours of longevity when applied on the cloth with a very good blend quality. So for that particular reason, I wanted to highlight this perfume because this was sitting with me for a long duration of time, and I thought that if in case I can actually highlight a perfume which adds a little bit of twist into the DNA of Bleu de Chanel, which in case you got bored by the DNA of Bleu de Chanel to some extent, then this can revive that boredom into something else. So that's Olfrah Midnight Blue, but 999 for a 50 ml might seem expensive because this is around 900 for a 50 ml. You're paying 100 rupees more over here, but that gets you a better blend. Okay. Now let's come to the third perfume, which is my Clone War winner, Follow Me Perfumes Bleu de Chanel. And this one is the regular version, okay? A lot of you asked, like, is it the regular or the niche one? Because I think they have got 3 categories, Follow Me Perfumes. So this is almost empty now. And this is Bleu de Chanel EDP, regular version. And as per the latest pricing that I checked, my bottle is pretty old. Right now, I saw that they are selling a 60 ml for 898 or rather 900 rupees for a 60 ml. And to be honest, I have a few things to say about this particular perfume as well as the house. Let's talk with the good part first, okay? And then I will talk about the negatives. The good part, I love the profile, and this is by far the best. Bleu de Chanel EDP, still, this is the best. The dry down that it captures, the creamy sandalwood part, okay, that incense part, that very few clones are able to mimic. This does the job really, really well. And by far, if in case you're looking for the best Bleu de Chanel EDP out there, this is still the king. And that is the reason I didn't do the Clone War, because when I tested the new perfumes, I got to realize that if in case you're looking for a Bleu de Chanel EDP, this is still unbeaten. However, why I got the question, why are you not including Follow Me perfumes in your Clone Wars anymore? The answer is again this one. After this perfume basically won the Clone War, Follow Me Perfumes was pretty happy because their perfume won. Okay, but what followed up next was whenever we were doing the Clone Wars, the Follow Me perfume house perfumes were not really winning the Clone War. But they didn't contact me to get a feedback, rather they kind of contacted me in a way like, why our perfumes are not winning? We are the best. Our customers say this is the best scent profile as per the OG and everything. And I have no problem with the fact, like every house should consider that their perfume is the best out there. And there is no problem with that mentality. But when we are doing a blind test, which is completely unbiased, and we don't know which one is going to win because we are marking the strips randomly. I'm asking Chandrima to do the test so that there is zero biasness, because Chandrima is not aware which perfume is going to win. At that point in time, we are eradicating every single thing out there which can create some like percentage of biasness. And that is the reason when the Clone War happens, when we are recording it, we come to know as well like which one won and which one didn't. And that point in time, that entire question like why are we not winning? If somebody asks me the question like what is the feedback, what went wrong, how can we tweak it to make it more closer to the original or something like that, that can be understandable. But just accusing why are we not winning kind of started adding a bit pressure on top of us, because every time we included the Follow Me perfumes, we were like, what if it's not winning? Again, we will get the message, again we will go through the back and forth and everything. And then me and Chandrima, we decided like, let's just skip the house. That's the best thing that can happen, because no other brand has reached out to us as to why we are not winning. Dude, you're not winning because it's not the closest out there, according to us. I'm not saying about the rest. So we decided that we are not going to go ahead and include Follow Me perfumes in the future videos. And that is the reason we have skipped the house completely. And if in case you want to go ahead and try their perfumes, and if you feel they are the closest, all the best to you. We are not judging. But our hunt for Follow Me perfumes has ended. We have made peace with it, but we are not going to bash any house in that sense, because we have always been an advocate of the product, not the perfume house in itself. And that is the reason I am not going to say that this is the awful out there. This is still the best out there. This is the best Bleu De Chanel EDP out there. Follow Me perfumes, Bleu De Chanel. But after this, we have no idea if anything is, the closest, and we don't want to know. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Some things are best kept unsaid and done. Now, let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Blue by Ahmed. And oh, by the way, if in case you wanted to know the performance and everything about Follow Me, this is really great. Around 1 to 1.5 hours of projection, around 6.5 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes, and it's really, really good, coming at a price range of like 900 rupees for a 60 ml. It's too good. Now, let me come to Blue by Ahmed. This is by far one of the best Bleu De Chanel twists or alternatives that I am currently enjoying. And if I had to recommend my favorite pick, this will come at second. Reason? This is what I feel the Bleu De Chanel DNA would have been if it was created in the Middle East. Because this kind of adds a bit of oriental touch to the perfume. Because the opening is a bit more sweeter, because the grapefruit note has been enhanced over here in this particular one. They have introduced some spices which adds kind of Middle Eastern touch to the perfume. At the base, they have made the sandalwood a bit more not pronounced, rather nuanced. They have added a bit of white musk and florals into the mix, which kind of makes it oriental at the base as well. So if in case I have to give you a pictorial representation, if Bleu De Chanel EDP is again a shade of blue, this is going to be a tad bit darker shade of blue on top of that, with some hints of other colors, which represents the oriental mixes into the perfume. Performance wise, too good. Around 1 to 1.5 hours of projection in a moderate way, around 6 to 6.5 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes, and at 1900 rupees or say 2000 rupees for a 100 ml. This is a really, really, really good bang for your buck perfume out there. And Blue by Ahmed, one of my favorite when it comes to the DNA of Bleu De Chanel, with some oriental twist added to it. But this comes at number second, because one of my favorite these days, apart from the ones that I usually use, to be honest, I'm not bashing any one of them. I'm just going to rank them once I'm done with the review. So stay tuned for that. The favorite that I've been using so far is My Perfume Secrets Bleu De Chanel, because this one is not the EDP version. This is rather the Parfum version, okay? They have nailed the Parfum version over here to its core in the dry down. They have nuanced sandalwood just as the Parfum has. They have added the woodiness of the cedar wood over here to a very good extent. And the performance and projection on this one is also top notch. Around 1 hour 15 minutes of projection when applied on the clothes, around 6 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes, with a very, very, very refined blend quality. And the pricing is only 900 rupees for a 60 ml. Just by the pricing itself, I have to give it, because 900 rupees 60 ml with a very good performance, longevity and everything. One of the best Bleu De Chanel Parfum DNA that I currently own, coming from the My Perfume Secrets. And look at the amount of dent that I've already made into the perfume. Something that I want to wear during the daytime, quite frankly, in the Bleu De Chanel DNA. Now, for those of you out there who's looking for a Bleu De Chanel L'Exclusif or L'Exclusif perfume, because that's pretty expensive, I have only one recommendation as of now. But before I talk about it, let me tell you what L'Exclusif brings into the table. Imagine the note of Bleu De Chanel and you make it very dark, like the darkest blue color out there, okay? Like if this was a royal blue, this was a navy blue, this will be the darkest blue out there, okay? Because what they have done over here is, in case of L'Exclusif, they have made the DNA much more thicker, resinous, and they have added some animalic essence into the mix as well. So it's the darkest, thickest Bleu De Chanel bluish DNA out there, removing all those zingy aspects of ginger, grapefruit, and just keeping the darkest part of the blue out there. So this will feel thick, this will feel heavy, and this will feel something that is, very matured. I like it. I like the DNA. But The only one that I can recommend as of now is because I have only tried one, and that is from the house of Sniff and Smell. And I also got a sample of it because I was not really sure how good the perfume, I mean the DNA is going to be. I took the sample and I compared it with this one. And this is around 70% into the DNA of Blue De Chanel L'Exclusif. They have named this perfume Velour, and they have, I think the pricing as of now is 1700. I got a sample, so I think 1700 was the pricing of a 50 ml that they are selling. And the blend quality on this one is very top notch, very good. But if in case I have to give you a graphical or a pictorial representation of the perfume, imagine this to be a light bulb. When you turn on the light bulb, the light actually spreads. It has got a full spectrum of light. This on the other hand is like a torch. It's the same light that is going, but it's in a very narrow and defined way. What it basically translates to is this has a depth and a range which is a bit wider, while this is a bit more narrow and kind of captures one aspect of Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusif in my opinion. The depth part, I mean, I'm not even expecting it to be out there because the quality, the ingredients that has been used, the depth, everything, you're paying a premium because it's supposed to give you that depth, it's supposed to give you that quality and everything. But this kind of captures the essence to around 70% of it. And this kind of performs a bit better than this one. Like this one, 1.5 hours of projection, around 6.5 to 7 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. Although this is a very small vial and I have tested it only a few sprays, but it did incredible. Maybe in the future I will go for a full bottle because I like the DNA. And something that I would want to wear during a monsoon season, during the evening, something the darkest blue that I can have in my collection. So maybe in the future I will actually get a Velour from the house of Sniff and Smell and use it personally because I liked it. And 1700 for that 50 ml is not that bad, but I'll have to check more when, more houses starts making the L'Exclusif clones. We can basically do a clone war and see which one is the closest out there. But for now, the first mover advantage goes to Sniff and Smell Velour. Okay. Now the ranking part. I mean, if I had to rank the perfumes that I would purchase, I would say my number one would be this one, My Perfume Secrets, Bleu de Chanel, Parfum. Then it would be Blue by Ahmed, something with an oriental mix. And at the third position, I would have kept this two together. This specifically for the blend quality and that nuanced sweetness that comes into the mix. And this one, I'm keeping it at the third just because of the honest marketing out there. In case you want a bit more performance, then I think it should come at number 4. And this too, I got bored with the EDP DNA, and that is the reason in 2026 I had to buy a Bleu de Chanel clone out there. I already have this, and if in case you want me to rank it as the EDP clone out there, I would still keep it at number 1. And this one I think is the trump card or the joker, you can call it by any means if in case you play cards. And I will consider it as a standalone Batman out there. As in, if in case you're looking for a L'Exclusif clone and you have no idea which one to go for, this is something that where you can start your journey. So that's my review with the Bleu de Chanel clones out there. Let me know if in case I have missed out on anything. You can ask me in the comment section. I'm going to answer them right away. If in case you want to connect with me somewhere else, you can do it via Instagram as well, which is Scent Saga Online. You can ask me questions over there. Although I'm a bit slow to respond over there, but eventually I do respond. That's Scent Saga Online Instagram. You can connect with me over there as well. So with that, this is Deep signing off. I'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.